At just $99 without any subscriptions per month, could this be the best fitness tracker for most people? This is the all-new Google Fitbit Air. It can track your heart rate, your sleep, your readiness, and your overall health. It works with both Android and iOS. It's undercutting premium trackers like Whoop with similar features at a fraction of the price. But does it deliver? Let's find out. This is a no-screen fitness tracker like the Whoop and also way smaller than the Whoop. The tracker itself is this little puck which gets wrapped around with the nylon band. The tracker has no screen, no buttons, no dials. The whole thing is just the sensors and the battery, which means it can be really small, slightly larger than a bracelet. The tracker itself has a recycled polycarbonate and PBT plastic housing, and the band is made of textile and with stainless steel buckle. So overall, it feels very minimal, lightweight, and comfortable for everyday wear. The first thing I noticed right away is how light the Fitbit Air feels. I also wear an Apple Watch, and compared to that, this almost feels like nothing on my wrist. And the biggest win because of this form factor, much more comfortable sleep tracking. Wearing a watch to sleep still feels uncomfortable, but with Fitbit Air, because of its form factor and weight, it's less of a friction to wear to sleep. The new Google Fitbit Air comes in two versions. There is the classic version, which comes in 4 colors: obsidian, lavender, berry, and fog. Google sent me the fog color and it looks really good. It's soft, clean, and very wearable, so I really like this color. And then there's also this special Stephen Curry edition, which comes in this exclusive rye colorway. It has a muted brown band with orange accents, and there are some nice details inside the fabric loop too, like raised rubber lines. The Fitbit Air is also water resistant up to 50 meters, so it's safe for sweat, rain, showers, and swimming. But like most wearables, Google recommends trying it properly after it gets wet, especially before wearing it again for a long time. The Fitbit Air also comes with this puck charger in the box. It's a custom charger, small, portable, and it magnetically attaches to the Fitbit. I've been wearing this every day and the band feels really comfortable on the wrist. It's soft, breathable, and doesn't feel irritating even after wearing it for a long time. The tracker itself also sits perfectly on the wrist, so overall it feels very easy to wear throughout the day. So now let's talk about what the Fitbit Air actually tracks. It covers all the basics that you would expect from a regular fitness tracker, like steps, heart rate, activity, sleep, readiness, exercise, and overall movement throughout the day. Since the Fitbit Air doesn't have a screen, all this data shows up inside the Google Health app. I'll get to the app in a minute, but now let's talk about accuracy. I've been wearing my Fitbit Air and my Apple Watch side by side for the past few weeks, and Fitbit Air has been fairly reliable. It's not a gold standard by any means. For example, during my workouts, if my heart rate spikes quickly, the Fitbit Air takes a few seconds to catch up. But the good thing is, there is no unrealistic spikes or phantom values, which I've seen on my Whoop. My heart rate would be 140 beats per minute during a run, and the Whoop would suddenly spike to 175 and then drop to 110. But the Fitbit Air didn't do anything like that. It has been much more reliable. Heart rate reliability matters the most to me because this is the one metric which is used to calculate readiness, stress, and many other things. If this is inaccurate, I find the rest of the metrics not trustworthy. Sleep tracking has also been very accurate. It aligns really well with my Apple Watch and, more importantly, how I really felt the next day. For workouts, Fitbit Air can automatically log your activity, and for outdoor runs, you track it through the Google Health app. Since there is no screen, you won't start or view workouts directly on the band, and for detailed outdoor pace, distance, and the route map, you will need the app or phone experience rather than the built-in watch-style GPS. The one thing which didn't feel accurate is the steps, not by a huge margin, which is good, but it had a lot of phantom steps. Look at this. I'm wearing the Fitbit Air, the app is open, I will simply move my arm without actually taking any steps. It easily adds like 100 steps in a few seconds. I don't see this happening on my Apple Watch. In real life, this is less of a concern, but the fact that the algorithm has some tuning to do makes me believe the steps counter a little less. But it's a software tune-up, and I'm sure it'll be fixed with a software update. Now let's talk about the app. The Google Health app is where you see all the metrics. Since the Fitbit Air does not have a screen, the app is the only way to consume the data. And the biggest advantage of this app is it's made for regular people, unlike Whoop. Whoop is athletic focused. Whoop has a lot of raw data that you need to be an expert to understand it all. But the Google Health app is much more user friendly. It gives you a quick summary of your day, like how active you were, how well you slept, and how ready your body feels, all in simple words and graphs. For example, readiness is really useful because it looks at things like sleep, heart rate, and recovery, and gives you an idea of whether you should push yourself that day or take it a little easy. There are 4 tabs in the app: Today, Fitness, Sleep, and Health. The Today tab is customizable, so I can edit and pin what metrics matters to me the most. The Health app is also an AI food logger and tracker. The Fitness tab shows the workouts and exercises that were auto-tracked. Sleep tab shows me how well I slept, my sleep metrics, and my trends too. Health tab, one of my most favorite tabs, keeps check of my overall wellness, like vitals, food, and calories logged. Every card will expand to even more graphs and data if I need them. Overall, a well thought out app. There's also Google Health Coach, which is powered by Gemini, and this is more like an AI coach inside the app. So instead of just looking at the data and trying to understand everything yourself, you can ask questions, get workout suggestions, or just create a plan based on your goals. This is part of Google Health Premium, and the Fitbit Air comes with a 3-month trial period. So overall, tracker is simple, but the app is what makes the data more useful. Okay, how is this different from Whoop or an Apple Watch? I think the Fitbit Air does not replace a smartwatch. The Pixel Watch is a more direct competitor, but it's definitely a Whoop killer. Many people like the idea of Whoop, a screenless health and fitness tracker, but it comes at a very, very high premium. It starts at $199, but it can go up to $359 per year. This means use it for a couple more years and you're looking at over $1,000. That is definitely expensive. But Google Fitbit Air, on the other hand, is a one-time $99 purchase, no subscription, and it gets most of the features of Whoop that 99% of people care about. For that 1%, performance-focused, athletes, data-driven experts, Whoop might still be a better choice. But for everyone else who needs a no-screen tracker, Google Fitbit Air is the right choice. Even compared to a small ring, I personally find this more practical for workouts because it sits on your wrist and doesn't get in the way like how a ring can during strength training, cooking, or anything where you're using your hands a lot. Now, another important thing with a tracker like this is battery life. Because the whole point of wearing something this small and light is that you should be able to keep it for a long period of time without thinking about it too much. Especially if you're using it for sleep tracking, recovery, and daily activity, and you don't want to charge it every single night like a smartwatch. Fitbit Air can last up to 7 days without charging, so I don't have to think about charging it every single day. Apple Watch just gives me 1 day of charge. I need to remember to keep charging it daily. But Fitbit Air makes that friction go away. The charger also comes in the box and it charges pretty quickly. A full charge takes around 1 to 1.5 hours, but even if you're in a hurry, you can just stop up for 5 minutes and you get enough charge to keep going. So, who should actually buy this? I think Fitbit Air makes the most sense for someone who wants health and fitness tracking but doesn't want a full smartwatch. If you already feel like your Apple Watch is too bulky for sleep or you don't want another screen on your wrist, this is a really nice alternative. Also, you don't have to worry about charging it every day. It's light, simple, comfortable, and it quietly tracks your health in the background. But if you want to display notifications, calls, apps, GPS, or smartwatch features, then this is probably not the right choice. In that case, something like an Apple Watch or Pixel Watch makes more sense. And that's it for this video. Let me know what you think about the new Fitbit Air. I'll see you in the next one.